श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे जय राधा विनोद बिहारी राधे जय राधा गिरिधारी राधे जय राधा रमन राधे जय राधा रास बिहारी राधे जय राधे जय कृष्णा जय राधे जय कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे बोलो हरे राम 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 हरे हरे हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namah Vishnu Padaya Prastaya Bhutale Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
I will read it, but if you want to read This was my Yas Puja poem that I wrote for Gurudeva in January, so he's giving me a chance to share it with everyone now. And it's called A Tear at Your Lotus Feet. And in '96, when Gurudev was, after his first tour in the West and he was leaving America, a few of us got to sit in the lounge with him at JFK for a long time, just a couple of us. And Gopanandini was there, and all of a sudden she started crying a little bit. So Gurudev looked at her and he said, "Yes, every day I want from you one tear, one tear." So, O great Acharya of our Gaudiya line, O dedicated sadhak immersed in bhajan, O sweet master of my life, daily at your lotus feet, one tear, one tear. Seeing the fallen Westerners showing some glimmer of interest, you open the doors of your heart. Mercy flowing fast like the Ganga and softly like the Jamuna comes pouring out, overwhelming all with an astonishing joy. We never heard these sweet things before. Sadhu, sadhu, how wonderful. I want to hear more. O sweet master of my life, daily at your lotus feet, one tear, one tear. Dedicated to helping the very fallen, you give your life's breath and more. Come on, take the holy name. Eat less, sleep less, talk less, chant more. Don't worry for your maintenance. Set your goal and not be touched in chirat. Nitai He Gauda He, Nitai He Gauda He. Srimati Radhika's Palyadasis, we want nothing less. This is the highest, the very highest. I have so many fruits in my basket. Who will take? Who will take? You can't imagine what I'm trying to give you, but you're not taking. What? You want me to give you poison? I can never do that. Krishna He Radhe He, Krishna He Radhe He. Oh, sweet master of my life, daily at your lotus feet, one tear, one tear. Kartik Vrata, every year more wonderful, more exciting. In a rocket ship of transcendental sound vibration, your Hari Kathan, sweet kirtans, we burst through the 7 coverings of the material universe, zoom past Vaikuntha, and enter the very heart of Golok Vraj. Sri Radha Kund herself, this is Rupanuga. Kartik, daily describing Krishna's sweet Vraj Leelas to inspire our dry hearts. Vacho Vegam, Manasakroda Vegam, Tan Nama Rupa Charitari Sukirtananu. Don't criticize, don't criticize. Uro Goste Gostale Ishu Sujane Busaragane. Trinada Peace Sunichena. More humble than grass, offer all respect to others. We must become like the Goswamis. Give up your desires. Serve the Vaishnavas. All these treasures you have placed in our praying Samput. O sweet master of my life, daily at your lotus feet, one tear, one tear. Coming in a line of lions, you are also Prabhupada, fearlessly establishing our Siddhantas. Astakalya Leela does not belong to the Sahajis. It is our property. Vikriditam Vrajavadubiridam Chavishna. We must hear about Krishna and the gopis. Don't jump, don't jump. Sakroda Vegam. Spreading the truth throughout Vraj. Parakya Ras. Radha and Krishna were never married. Krishna was born in Gokula, not Mathura, setting the local people straight. Srila Saraswati Thakur asked his father, "Can I publish Gita Govinda?" "Yes, 1 copy for yourself. But you, Gurudev, confidently keeping the pure Gaudiya line alive, so bold that you published Pujari Goswami's Gita Govinda and then translate it into English, even though no one is qualified. Adi Ras Shringaras, this is pure love. You can't understand what Mahabhav is, but still, I will tell you something about it. Oh, sweet master of my life, daily at your lotus feet, one tear, one tear. Looking out for your children's welfare, you cleverly and fearlessly expose the dangerous crocodiles lurking under the water. Prophetically, in 2003 in Germany, you told us, if there is no bhakti in the Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti, I will leave immediately. We could not imagine at that time. And when they publicly insulted you, still you were a loving father to them, and without a drop of malice in your heart, you visited Devananda Mutt and spoke the confidential beauties of Mahaprabhu's Leela. Always the perfect Vaishnav. Your ignorant babies mistaking hidden hypocrisies for bhakti. Palamasura entered our midst, stealing away innocent sheep. Forced to banish your dearmost to the forest, you wept. Can you bring him back? Can you help him? Beware of Vaishnava Aparad. Do you think you can change Guru's words? Never. Oh, sweet master of my life, daily at your lotus feet, one tear, one tear. Your sudden illness shaking us into reality, too weak to speak, twisting our hearts deep. Take to this process seriously. You must achieve liberation before I leave. Arjuna saw only the eye of the bird. Don't look here and there. We have come here only for this Braj Bhakti. Have no other thought. Give your life to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and quickly go to Golok Vraj. Oh, sweet master of my life, daily at your lotus feet, one tear, one tear.
ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन
तस्मै श्री गुरवे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदाय कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरहरिये गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तदभक्ताय तवैवास्मि इति दिव्याय तं नमामि।
Jai Gurudev.
I koti dandat pranam into the lotus feet of my Paramarathatam Nitya Leela Pravishtam Vishnu Pavasi Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. And send koti dandavat in the lotus feet of my Shiksha Guru Om Vishnu Pavasi Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. I am happy that our fifth day, today is fifth day, in class, like 7 days, we have passed very okay, everything is going on well. Today, Govardhan Puja, Annakut Puja with Vedic rite and months of Abhishek, Kirtan, Go Puja, Brahman Puja, Guru Puja, everything today. Very excellent. When I come here, I remember, oh, Govardhan Hill, really. Jamuna river is here. Waterfall, Radha Kund, Shyam Kund, and so many things. So, Krishna is telling to Uddhav, Avadhuta Dattatreya Sambhad. We have gone up to pigeon. Those who want to do bhajan, they should remember how pigeon was engaged in his wife, children, and for what became, he could not see his death. He himself jumped into
the trap of the hunter.
Trap of hunter, and he left his life. So always remember this. And the hunter became very happy, collected them in his trap, keep in his soldier, and went and cooked. So remember this. Don't be attached. Don't be attached. And then he's telling, oh, as if all living beings, without wish or without any effort, and they want to check, but even dukh sufferings coming and sitting on our head, the mid test will have to suffer. So wherever you live, those who know what is sukh and what is dukh, what is happiness and suffering, they they should not do any prayatna, effort for them. If sukh is there, happiness there, for previous life, or it will come automatically. Tat prayaso na kartabyo. You should not do anything for that. Automatically, all kinds of sukh will come. And he has given, Krishna has given, Dattatreya has given an example of python. One place he lives, nothing doing any effort, and automatically if comes any animal or anything in front and he is satisfied. For so many days, he will not try it. Automatically if coming, okay. So a sadhu should be like that. Always engaging their senses in Krishna consciousness. What we have seen, teached from Samudra, ocean. What? Anyone?
Gurave Gaura Chanda Radhikaya Tadale Krishna Krishna Bhakta Tadavakta Namo Namah. So one of the 24 gurus is the ocean, because in the rainy season when so much rain comes and the rivers are swollen and they flow into the ocean never goes up, it remains constant. In the dry season when the rivers become small, very small, the ocean also does not shrink. In the same way, the ocean is an example of a saintly person who, despite the accumulation of great material enjoyment, great facilities, he's never changed. And in the absence of those great facilities, he's also never changed. And last night I was talking with Pran Kishore Prabhu, and he was saying, when he first came to Gurudev, there was nothing. All were very poor, and now, at that time, Gurudev was the same, and now, despite so many disciples coming, so much wealth, he remains completely unchanged. So Gurudev is one example of an ocean.
Srila Damodara is telling that it became overflow and make destruction.
When Drishtva Striyam Devamayam Tadbhavai Ajitendriya Pralobhita Patantanthe Tasya Agnau Patangavati. Can you? You don't remember?
You can take the book. You can take the book.
Vedantasya Gyanandana Shalakya Chakshurunviditam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. One who has failed to control his senses immediately feels attraction upon seeing a woman's form, which is created by the illusory energy of the Supreme Lord. Indeed, when the woman speaks with enticing words, smiles coquettishly, and moves her body sensuously, his mind is immediately captured, and thus he falls blindly into the darkness of material existence, just as the moth maddened by the fire rushes blindly into its flames. So here the instruction is given how the moth, patanga, is one of the gurus, because the moth is very attracted by the flame. So the moth comes around the flame. At night, if there's any flame, moths will come. They will circle around, and then fly into the flame. And the moth is finished. So the conditioned soul in the material world. For man, the form of woman is Maya. And also for the woman, man is also Maya. And there is such a strong attraction to be with the opposite sex. But because of this very powerful attraction, because of trying to satisfy this attraction, one becomes destroyed. One can become destroyed in so many ways, materially and especially spiritually. And one will forget all about the goal of life, which is to cultivate Krishna consciousness and engage in bhajan.
Sannyasi, brahmachari, and brahmacharinis also be very careful how that fatinga, moth, this is flame, fire. That is Rupa. And at once he is attached and goes circling and jumps. What is the meaning? If you will not be careful, that ladies are Daivi Maya, especially very beautiful more than lady and gentlemen. Very. And for them, men are so. So you should always be very, very careful. Also, I see that two kinds of varnashram, Smarta and Devi. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and others. Also, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj tried to establish varnashram dharma. So we should be satisfied by if grihastha you are, with one lady or one husband. In life, you should not change, divorce any husband or wife. This is varnashram dharma. What is favorable for us, we should take, and what is unfavorable, we should reject. It will be helpful in our Krishna consciousness. So those murha, foolish persons, kamini, kanchan, gold and kamini, alankar, so many ornaments, and naswar means perishable things in this world. They are attached and always they want to test it. They are foolish. They should not do. Stokam is stokam prased grah. So, renounced order sannyasi, be like bumblebees. They should go to grihasthashram after their supper. And go to so many. This should not be burdened on a grihastha. And from so many houses, little, like bumblebees collects honey from so many flowers. So sannyasi should be like that. He should not be burdened on it. So I learned from Madhumakhi, bumblebees, that a sannyasi should not collect for evening or for next day. For one time only, and be satisfied. Agar if he will collect money or anything, then what will be? Madhuhari, the honey collector, will come and take you like with their house behind, and keeps in his cloth and then takes it. Don't be like that. Then Yadyapi Juvati Bhikshu Nash Prased Dharvamiti 30. Who will tell me? Look at
Padapi yuvatim bhikshur na sprishat daravim api sprishan kariva vadyeta karinya anga sangata. A saintly person should never touch a young girl. In fact, he should not even let his foot touch a wooden doll in the shape of a woman. By bodily contact with a woman, he will surely be captured by illusion, just as the elephant is captured by the she-elephant due to his desire to touch her body. Yeah, there's another verse in pertaining. I will tell, but there's one more verse. Then the next verse goes on to say, Nadigachet striyam pragya karhichin mrityam atmanaha baladikai sahanyeta gajair anyar gajohu yata. A man possessing intelligent discrimination should not, under any circumstances, try to exploit the beautiful form of a woman for his sense gratification. Just as an elephant trying to enjoy a she-elephant is killed by other bull elephants also enjoying her company, so similarly, one trying to enjoy a lady's company can at any moment be killed by her other lovers who are stronger than he. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. So these examples being given by the Avadut are illustrating how the attraction of the senses for the sense objects, the attraction to form, the attraction to taste, now the attraction to touch. So in the material world, the living entities, they are very much attached to these objects of form, taste, touch, smell, and so forth. But they don't understand that as their senses become attracted first of all, and then they become attached to them, then this is the cause of their destruction, actually. We already heard the example of the moth. Because of sight, because of rupa, because of form and the flickering of the fire, it becomes attracted and then it becomes killed. So, in the same way, here is the example being given of an elephant. An elephant in the forest is very difficult to capture, but at the same time, if the hunter knows the process of capturing the elephant, very, very easy. And the method that they utilize is they bring one she-elephant. So this she-elephant is standing at a distance from the male elephant, and what they do is they dig a huge hole and they cover it with some grass. And the male elephant sees the she-elephant, and now he becomes aroused in his desire to touch her. So he goes forward very quickly with no other consideration, and boom, he falls down into the pit. And in this way, he becomes captured. So in the same way, in this material world, because of the attraction to touch, therefore, persons, they think, oh, if I gratify my sense of touch with the opposite sex, oh, this will satisfy me. But actually what happens? They become captured. They become entangled. So many examples are being given here about the attraction between the sexes. Why? Because this is actually the most powerful force in this material world. And it is also the most binding force. Because it creates a knot within the heart. And the conditioned soul identifies very, very strongly with this false and actually illusory relationship that they've created. So, therefore, the avadut is saying that he's learning from all these different aspects of nature how he can cultivate this detachment. And he's learning from the mistakes of these different living entities, like the elephant. He also gave the example that an elephant becomes attracted to another she-elephant. And in order to attain that she-elephant, then he has to fight with the other opposing male elephants. In the same way, within this material world, we can read in the newspapers on any day of the week how people are being killed because of lust. One lover becomes attracted to another lady, and that lady happens to have a husband. She has an illicit relationship. And then the husband finds out, and then he comes and he murders this illicit lover. And innumerable cases like this because of the attraction of lust within this world. So by the sense of touch, especially, someone can be captured. And then the next example is being given.
Especially for sannyasi brahmachari, they should be very careful. It may be like Hathini, Shifali, elephant. Ladies may come and attract him, and he will fall down, get sannyas, everything. And then, by that affection, attachment, he thinks, what I have done, I am okay. No? I have left sannyas no harm. It is okay, we should be just. But why Ramanuj, Madhvacharya, Vishnu Swami, Limbaditya, and Vishnu Swami generation, lakhs and lakhs of sannyasi. In our sampradaya, Madhavendra Puri Bad, Ishwar Puri Bad, was sannyasi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also sannyasi. After that, there are so many sannyasis. Prabhupada met Tridanda sannyasis, still coming in Ramanuja Sampradaya, in our Sampradaya. So, renounce is very good. Very good. It will come after that. Now, try to be Jitendriya, to conquer your senses, especially these 10. It has no bone. Huh? No backbone. Not control. She can tell anything to anyone. So we should try to control. If your Rasanandriya, 10, is controlled, all things will be controlled. Like fishes. Everywhere, in pond, in ocean, in rivers, some fishermen taking bansi in their hands, stick and they make some flesh in that and they fed it. So by taste, this is not in control. She at once jumps and takes it. And what becomes? They try to roll, coming and again living. And after some time, she is tired and she takes and cooks. So we should try to control our this tongue. Don't speak anything which is wrong. Always control. Baat bega. If your baat way is controlled, that is, then there will be no offense of Vaishnava, Nam, Namaparat or anything. Then, he is telling, Pinga Nam Dishya. In ancient time, in Videha Nagari, where Raja Janak Videha used to live, and there was a prostitute, Shamraj.
Om Jnanam Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksurunjalitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Srila Gurudeva has ordered me to speak about the next of the 24 gurus of Shiksha gurus of Avadut Dattatreya. And he's telling King Yadu that Pingala Vesh, Pingala prostitute, is another of my gurus. So I'll read the verse. O best among men, the king, this prostitute was very anxious to get money, and she stood on the street at night. And as she did so, she studied all the men who were passing by, thinking, "Oh, this one will surely have money. I know he can pay the price, and I'm sure he would enjoy my company very much." Thus, she thought about all the men in the street. But one man came and went by her as though she wasn't there. And then another, and in order to attract them, seeing that they were going by her, she would take very beautiful poses in different ways, and nothing was working. So gradually, she became so unhappy at her failures that within her heart some detachment started manifesting. Failure is the pillar of success. Our Srila Prabhupada in his books used to quote Pingala prostitute as the example. Then, as the detachment came in her heart, she started remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And she said to herself, "Just see how greatly illusioned I am. I cannot control my mind. Just like a fool, I desire to enjoy the pleasures of insignificant men." Lakshmi also, in the 6th canto, she is teaching that what is the use of a husband who's made of a bag of skin and pus and just some hair sticking out of that piece of skin? One should accept only the Supreme Personality of Godhead as his husband. Then she begins condemning herself. We girls have to stick together. Then she says, "How uselessly I've tortured my soul. I have sold my body to greedy men who themselves are objects of pity. In the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna is complaining to Krishna, "Why are you asking me to fight in this war? So many bad things will happen." Women and girls are protected by their husbands and their fathers, elders, and if their husbands and elders die in the war, then they'll be subjected to be the prey of unscrupulous men. And there in the purport, our Srila Prabhupada says that unintelligent women become subject to the exploitation of unscrupulous men. So as our Prabhupada used to say, man is good, woman is good. You put them together and it's bad. Then she continues, thus practicing the most abominable profession of a prostitute, I hope to get money and sense pleasure. Certainly in this city of Videha, now she's manifesting some very good qualities, like Srila Narottam Das Thakur, that I haven't worshipped Lord Gora, I've accepted valueless things as valuable, and valuable things like Gaur Prem and Gaur Kirtan is valueless. Instead of hearing the Hari Katha of saintly persons, I listen to the Prajalpa, criticism, and useless talks of materialistic persons. I've wasted my life. What is the use of such life? I might as well have died rather than to maintain this useless body. Similarly, she's now coming to that conclusion. Certainly in this city of Videha, I am the most foolish. This is the qualification of a devotee to get mercy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Patita Pavan, and I am the most petite, I am the most fallen, therefore my claim is first. In our song, Sri Guru Charana Padma, the last line, Ebe Yash Gushuk Tribhuvana, your glories are spread all over the three worlds. Srila Gurudeva gave a very deep, further meaning of this, that I am so fallen, nobody could save me, I'm so unqualified. If you'll deliver me, then you'll become famous all over the three worlds as the most savior of the most fallen. Then she comes to accept the glory, and she's developing affection for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I neglect it by lamenting. Lamentation is purification, as our acharyas teach us. I neglected the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who awards us everything, even our original spiritual form. And instead, I desire to enjoy sense gratification with many men. Men provide sense gratification for women, but all these men, and even the demigods in heaven, have a beginning and an end. They are all temporary creations who will be dragged away by time. Therefore, how much actual pleasure or happiness can any of them give their wives? There's no difference between the sex pleasure in heaven, on earth, and in the animal kingdom. In 1969 in Boston, our Srila Prabhupada told the story of one man who was very lusty, even though he was married to a very chaste, wonderful, submissive wife. And he desired a very expensive prostitute. So knowing about this, that chaste wife went to the prostitute's house when she wasn't home, and she began cleaning. So the prostitute returned and said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "I want the opportunity for my husband to enjoy you." So she said, "You don't realize how expensive I am." Finally, the lady worked for her until she became a prostitute, made so much money, and gave that money to her husband. And her husband went to the prostitute. So that prostitute already knew who that man was and liked his wife very much. So generally in a prostitute's house, they first serve a dinner, very tasteful dinner to the man, and then they engage in their business. So she served him the same food in a brass pot and the same food in a golden pot. And he said, "What is this?" She said, "Just taste it and tell me what you think." So he said, tasted it, and he said, "Well, it tastes exactly the same. Why did you put it in the two pots?" So she said, "You are such a rascal that you think that sense gratification is the same, is different in me and in your wife, when the taste is actually the same." And then our Prabhupada said the taste is the same in heaven, on earth, and in hell. So because of this Pingala prostitute's frustration that turned into detachment, which later on turned into affection for the Lord, and concluded that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the only source of love and happiness.
So, a sadhak should always remember this Pingala history. Asahi paramam dukham, nairasyam paramam sukham, jas sanchidya karantasa, sukham susva Pingala. Select his all worldly desire and began to think that, oh, Krishna is very near us in heart. I have not tried to please him, but these persons who will die one day, what happiness they have given to me? Nothing. They have bought my body. In fact, I became of them and lost everything. Anyhow, by the mercy of Krishna, I have now Nairasam, Vairagya. And this Vairagya will take me to Krishna. So he left his door, went to sleep, and very well slept, and she became afterward a good devotee. So we should always remember this history and try to be very careful. What Avadhut Dattatreya has told, and Krishna again he has told to Uddhav. Why he has told? Oh, you will have to detach from this world. No asakti. And give your whole heart, all of heart, everything. Please, Krishna. Life is short, but arthadam, oh, it can give from artha, even dasafradika, highest, it can give. Only we can, and we don't know when it will go, when death will come. So with whole effort and energy, you should give to Krishna consciousness. That Sudevi, one Kirtan.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, prepare for drama. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, please prepare for drama.
Page 86.
Nandan Prabhu.
Brajanandan
Forward.
please come forward. Brajanandan Prabhu.
Come. Kamobaha Prabhu. You should attend them. Why? I'm very happy that this is school for children traveling here and there. Kamobaha Prabhu has kindly donated a mini car. For children, teachers, all can travel here and there, and they can reach God. You should read him. That is school should progress. So many children from all over the world should come, and it should be ideally school. I think it is still ideal. Krishnadas where? Krishnadas.
Hare Krishna. So, some devotee has requested initiation, although the initiation done yesterday, and fire sacrifice will take place tomorrow 9 a.m. headed by Sripad Damodar Maharaj. So some devotee has requested for initiation. It will take place tomorrow just before 9 a.m. the Bhajan Kuti of Srila Gurudeva. So whoever desires for initiation, they have to come there before 9 a.m.
Krishnadas?
Drama, drama.
After that,
Hare Krishna Rama, the drama player, be ready for drama.
Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol.
Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol.